At this time, please welcome Matthew Chasey, Alana Dunham, Catherine Hildebrand, and Tristan Marshall to honor our country with the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, families and friends, to the Carver Middle High School Convocation Ceremony for the class of 2014. Would you please all rise and welcome members of the Carver School Committee, dignitaries, award and scholarship presenters, Superintendent Ms. Elizabeth Sorrell, Middle High School Principal Mr. Scott Neef, Middle High School Assistant Principal Mr. Jonathan Evans, Carver Middle High School faculty members, and the Carver Middle High School class of 2014.
Tonight is another celebration, another outstanding celebration of this class and all the tremendous things that they've done at this school. And people may have heard me say this before, but I've recently taken to saying that the microphone keeps falling. I've recently taken to saying that I take great pride in serving as the principal of Carver Middle High School. And the reason I take great pride in serving as the principal of this school is because of the outstanding accomplishments of these students. It is these students who just do tremendous things here every single day. They're afforded tremendous opportunities by our faculty and staff, and they take advantage of those opportunities on a regular basis. And tonight, we're going to celebrate many of those accomplishments. We're going to begin with academic awards, and then at the conclusion of the academic awards, we're going to award, as I said at the dinner, over $87,000 in scholarships donated by members of the Carver community. So it's going to be an exciting evening. Let's begin with our academic awards. The first academic award this evening is for excellence in English, presented by English Department Chair, Mr. Yule. And the recipient of the award is Casey Armanetti. For excellence in mathematics, presented by Ms. Young. And the recipient is Scott Strusky. For excellence in history, presented by Mr. Lamoureux. Recipient is again Scott Strusky. For excellence in science, presented by Ms. Littleton. Recipient Ainsley Ryan. Please welcome Mr. Schultz, who is going to present the awards for excellence in comprehensive health. There are two recipients, Zachary Bender and Amy Sutherland. Ms. Dean, Chair of the Foreign Language Department, will present our next two awards, one for excellence in Spanish, one for excellence in French. First, for excellence in Spanish, Scott Strusky. And for excellence in French, Ainsley Ryan. Please welcome Carver Middle High School art teacher Jen Purcell. Ms. Purcell is going to present two awards. First, for excellence in two-dimensional art, Jessica Ferguson. And also for excellence in 3D art, Angela Garden. Ms. Dean is here this evening, to present for Mr. Portalance for excellence in culinary science. The recipient is Michael Jones. For excellence in instrumental music, presented by Mr. Tunis. The recipient is Ben Bonifant. For excellence in vocal music, presented by Ms. Sholin, Catherine Hildebrandt. There are three students who received music awards at our Class Day ceremony yesterday. We'd like to have them stand to be recognized today. First, Casey Aminetti received the John Philip Sousa Award for excellence in instrumental music. Congratulations to Casey. Ali Gumarez received the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. Congratulations to Ali. And Alana Dunham received the National Choral Award. Congratulations to Alana. Mr. Yule will present our next three awards from the English department. The first is the Teen Ink Award, presented to Catherine Hildebrandt. The Creative Writing Award. Recipient is Ashley Brown. And the UMass Book Award, which is given to the student chosen by the English department, is someone who exemplifies the importance of reading and philosophical reflection. The award this year is presented by Mr. Yule to Scott Strusky. Carver High School had 28 students who qualified for the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. This scholarship provides a tuition waiver for 8 semesters of undergraduate education at any Massachusetts State College or University. In order to qualify, these students scored advanced in both the English and math sections of the MCAS exam in grade 10. Their score was also in the top 25% of students within the school district. Not all of the students are going to take advantage of Civil War because they may not be attending a state college or university, but many of them will be. And we like to recognize them for their achievements and outstanding performance in the MCAS exam. If these students could just please stand to be recognized as I announce their names. And if we could hold our applause stand, that would be greatly appreciated. Sean Anderson, Casey Aminetti, Erin Banbury, Michelle Barnes, Zachary Bender, Victoria Berry, Ben Bonifant, Matt Chasey, Rachel Caheno, Alana Dunham, Jessica Ferguson, Mary Ford, Andrew Foster, Joshua Goodman, Samantha Guvermont, Ali Gumaris, Catherine Hildebrandt, Rachel Lazan, Tristan Marshall, Mike Podowski, Sam Reed, Jessica Rizzuto, Alana Rubin, Ainsley Ryan, Corinne Sherwood, Jake Spooner, Scott Strusky, and Kerry Walsh, Carver Middle High School's John and Abigail Adams Scholars. At this time, I would ask Mr. Evans, Carver Middle High School Assistant Principal, to continue with the awards for honor and performance.
Before I begin continue with the awards, I wanted to invite Sam Reed. He wants to say a few words.
So we have a little surprise for Ms. Lomax. She actually doesn't know about this, and neither did Mr. Evans until like 20 minutes ago. So we realized yesterday after we saw Ms. Lomax on the stage that, and we knew this all year, that she really puts her heart into everything that she does for us. And there is so much that she does for us. Every day, she's doing something for student councils. She's doing something for the senior class. And we need to recognize that, because this is year after year, time after time, she puts her heart, she puts her effort into the students. And she has to say goodbye to us every June. And I said it yesterday, and she's got the hardest job of all. She doesn't mind putting that effort in, but then it comes to the end of the year and she has to say goodbye. So we wanted to send her off with a little gift to show her that we really do appreciate every single thing that she does for us. And it is a lot. So Ms. Lomax, if you want to come up here and accept the gift.
What a nice class. These are the awards for honor and performance. The first award is the Yearbook Award. It'll be presented by Mr. Bob Ewell. There are two recipients, Gianna Daddario and Nicole Camo. The award for excellence in the dramatic arts will be presented by Mr. McLean, and that award goes to Catherine Hildebrandt. Each year, the Jewish War veterans ask the Guidance Department to nominate a student who exemplifies the qualities of school and community, citizenship, respect for all, and a spirit of goodwill. At this time, Ms. Keller will present the Jewish War Veterans Certificate to Jessica Ferguson. The Office Helper Award is given to students who assist the office staff with a variety of tasks. These include, but are not limited to, assembling, labeling, stamping, collating the many mass mailing projects that are generated by the school. With their help with these tasks, the office staff is able to focus on other responsibilities. In addition to their assistance, we appreciate their strong work ethic and their positive approach. The Office Helper Award this year goes to Lauren Rishardi. We have a series of perfect attendance awards. Mr. Neef is going to be handing out the awards. We have a group of students who had perfect attendance for 1 year during their high school career. There are a few. I'm going to read all of them, and then we will give them all a large round of applause. And they are Michelle Barnes, Matthew Brassel, Sam Estes, Jessica Ferguson, Jamie Scalata, Corinne Sherwood, Christopher McGrath, Mary Ford, Erin Bambury, John Rhoda, Chelsea Johnson, Michael Costa, Brandon Rudolph, the students with 1 year of perfect attendance. Two students had perfect attendance for 2 years of high school, and those two students are Christopher Belbin and Brittany McCarran. Three students had perfect attendance for 3 of their 4 high school years. And those 3 students are Courtney Durr, Craig Lazon, and Richard Butts. And finally, we have one student who had perfect attendance for all 4 years of high school, and as it turns out, had perfect attendance for the last 9 years of school. Yes. How many of us can say that? Perfect attendance for 4 years of high school and then some, Casey Arminetti. The Principal's Leadership Award is sponsored by the National Association of Secondary Schools. It is awarded to a student who demonstrates both real leadership in terms of actual contributions through elected office, participation in the organization of senior or school events, and ethical, social, and moral leadership in terms of character and ability to take responsibility for his or her actions. In other words, to take leadership risks. Mr. Neef is pleased to present this award, the Principal's Leadership Award, to Kerry Walsh. The Humanitarian Award is also presented by Mr. Neef. This award is given to a student whose personal goals are inextricably tied to the greater good. She unselfishly gives of herself in order to help others, shows the courage of her convictions in her everyday life, and demonstrates her intelligence and respect for others in her approach to all of her endeavors. Mr. Neef is pleased to present this award to Jessica Ferguson. The following award is given to the student who most demonstrates dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. The student is nominated by the staff of Carver Middle High School. Mr. Noyes will present the award. It's the Daughters of the American Revolution Award, and the recipient is Samuel Reed. Mr. Neef will now present the Massachusetts Secondary School Administrators Association Student Achievement Award. It is presented to the student who has achieved academic excellence and has made outstanding contributions to our school. It is with great pleasure that we present this award to Brittany McCarran. The Massachusetts Mock Trial Competition is a program sponsored by the Mass Bar Association. Throughout the tournament, students assume the roles of lawyers and witnesses and have to be prepared to argue both sides of a case in front of district court judges in various district courts. Students must be able to demonstrate solid debating skills. They must think quickly on their feet, react and respond to objections, motions, and challenges filed by their competing attorneys and by the judges. Students who compete in this extracurricular activity commit themselves to 50 to 75 hours of preparation, and their competition time runs over 2 to 3 months. 5 seniors participated, and Mrs. Perkins is going to present them with certificates. Those 5 students are Casey Arminetti, Benjamin Bonenfant, Mary Ford, Andrew Foster, and Scott Strusky. The Irwin Washburn Award was established both to honor Mr. Washburn, who made lifelong contributions to the education of students in Carver, and to recognize a student who has demonstrated meaningful and improved motivation, effort, and achievement over their 4 years of high school. This award is presented each year to a student who could look back at their work from their freshman year to their senior year and say, I made a difference in my life at Carver Middle High School. And this year, Mr. Neef will present this award to Rebecca English. At this time, we would like to acknowledge the following students for outstanding academic achievement. We would like to congratulate Andrew Foster and Catherine Hildebrandt as commended students in the 2014 National Merit Scholarship Program. Catherine and Andrew are being recognized for their outstanding performance on the 2012 PSAT exam. They both scored in the top 3% nationally on this test. At this time, we would like to present Andrew and Catherine with a letter of commendation for this outstanding achievement. One of the students sitting on the stage scored 2 perfect SAT scores, an 800 on the history subject test and an 800 on the reading test on the SAT exam. We would like to recognize Scott Strusky. Scott, do you need some space? At this time, we would like to congratulate Michael Costa. Okay, moving on. Michael received the New England Principals Leadership Award from Nichols College. Michael was recognized for his academic promise, ambition, and leadership at Carver High School and in the Carver community. And as part of that recognition, Michael will receive a $64,000 scholarship from Nichols. We would also like to recognize Summer Nickerson. She has been granted a partial athletics swimming scholarship to the University of Maine at Orono. And as part of this recognition, Summer will receive an $80,000 scholarship for attendance at Maine. We have some students who have been recognized for various achievements at other times, and we'd like to recognize them just one more time. So if they would stand when it seems appropriate, that would be great. First, Samuel Reed was nominated and participated in Boys State his junior year. At the end of last year, Mary Ford was the recipient of the Rensselaer Award, bestowed upon her for her outstanding achievements in the area of science. Congratulations. Recently, Monday, March 11, 2014, the Carver Middle High School management team, this is for culinary arts, consisting of Ellie Bachman-Bellevue, Amanda Cody, Craig Lazan, Sam Reed, and Amy Sutherland, was awarded first place in the 7th Annual Massachusetts Restaurant Association Pro Star Invitational. The team was required to produce and present an original restaurant proposal, which was judged by industry professionals. With this win, the team was invited to represent Massachusetts in the National Pro Start Invitational, which was in Minneapolis. There, out of 39 teams, they placed 6th. At this time, we'd like to recognize Sam, Amy, Craig, and the Massachusetts chapter of the American Board of Trial Advocates requested that high school principals nominate students to attend a lecture to commemorate Constitution Day, September 17th, last fall. This is the day the United States Constitution was ordained and established by the Continental Congress in Philadelphia. This year, the lecture was held at Faneuil Hall, and the following students were recognized as James Otis Scholars: Casey Arminetti, Benjamin Bonifant, Mary Ford, Ainsley Ryan, and Scott Strusky. For the past few years, Carver High School Student Council has worked tirelessly to continually increase both student engagement at school-sponsored events and cultivate a stronger feeling of school pride amongst the students. They have worked to strengthen the relationship between our school and the surrounding community through annual community service projects to raise money for noble charities, and developed successful events such as Crusader Fest and Mr. Crusader, as well as Homecoming, Spirit Week pep rallies. The council strives to improve both the culture of the school and the community. This past March, at the annual Massachusetts Association for Student Council's Leadership Conference, our high school student council was recognized as a Gold Council of Excellence. This is the most prominent award a high school student council can achieve, and only 27 schools in the state of Massachusetts receive that award. This group, in the past 4 years, have earned this award, in the past 3 years, have earned this award twice. There are 5 seniors who embody the characteristics of strong leadership, which is why they will all continue to achieve excellence beyond the doors of Carver High School. The 5 student leaders each serve both the school, community, and their council with dignity and will certainly be missed. Student council officers, photojournalist Samantha Gouvermont, Spirit coordinators Brittany McCarran and Jessica Ferguson, Vice President Tristan Marshall, and President Kerry Walsh were all actively involved. You have all been vital to the success and growth of Student Council, and on behalf of the Student Council advisors, Mr. Tresca and Ms. Purcell, and the Carver, we wanted to thank you and congratulate you. Other students also are serving this class in particular. Some of them are class officers, but some have just been dedicated to their class. There are 6 of you that have been particularly helpful to your class, and we'd like to recognize you now. There are 4 class officers. Class President Sam Reed, Vice President Jessica Rizzuto, Senior Class Secretary Chelsea Johnson, and Senior Class Treasurer Corinne Sherwood. Other students who were not officers were also recognized because they simply chose to be dedicated to the class and work hard to get things done for the class. And those 2 students are Michelle Barnes and Nicole Camo. The next group of awards are related to athletics and academics, and in many cases the choice was so difficult more than one student achieved the award. First, the National Scholar Athlete Award from the United States Army. Sergeant Daniel Fahey will be presenting this award, and the 2 recipients are Michael Costa and Kerry Alexander. And at this time, I would like to invite Sergeant Joshua Curtis to say a few words at the podium. Sergeant Curtis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. One student in the district is awarded the U.S. Army SASH. This award is achieved for scoring the highest in the district on both the physical fitness test and the academic entry test. This SASH is awarded to Michael Maynard.
The United States Marines Distinguished Athlete Award, presented by Sergeant James Irons, is presented to 2 students, Christopher McGrath and Samantha McGrath. The Athletic Sportsmanship Award, presented by Mr. Michael Schultz. 2 recipients for this award as well, and they are Brandon Rudolph and Jamie Scalata. Two students will be recognized as the best athletes. The awards will be presented by Mr. Michael Schultz. Those 2 students are Jacob Spooner and Amanda Cody. The United States Marine Semper Fidelis Award, presented by Sergeant James Irons, is presented to two students, Brandon Walsh and Erin Bambury. The United States Marine Scholastic Excellence Award, also presented by Sergeant James Irons. Two recipients for this award. They are Benjamin Bonenfant and Ainsley Ryan. The United States Navy Award for Math, presented by Navy Representative Jamie Conklin. The recipient of this award is Jessica Ferguson. The United States Navy Award for Science, also presented by Jamie Conklin, is presented to Casey Arminetti. The United States Air Force Math and Science Award, presented by Sergeant Derek Mills, is presented to Mary Ford. At this time, Mr. Neef will continue with the awards.
At this time, I'd like to ask Kerry Alexander to stand to be recognized. Kerry has received a 4 full-year scholarship for soccer at Wingate University in North Carolina. This scholarship is worth... The total value of this scholarship is worth over $120,000. Please welcome Ms. Duane to the stage. Maybe. Who's going to present a community service award to two students who've given consistent service to our school and to our community throughout their 4 years at Carver Middle High School. Mrs. Duane would like to recognize Brittany McCarran and Jessica Ferguson. At this time, Mr. Evans will assist advisor to the National Honor Society, Mr. Mallon, in presenting awards to the officers of the National Honor Society, as well as their symbolic collars and gold tassels. President of the National Honor Society, Casey Arminetti. Vice President Catherine Hildebrandt. Secretary Ainsley Ryan. And Treasurer Ben Bonifant. We will now recognize the members of the National Honor Society, and they will receive their collars and gold tassels as well. Michelle Barnes. Rachel Cojeno. Alana Dunham. Amy Ellis. Mary Ford. Josh Goodman. Ali Gumarans. Jessica Ferguson. Rachel Lazan. Sam Reed. Jessica Rizzuto. Corinne Sherwood. Scott Strusky. Brandon Walsh. And Kerry Walsh. Jean Dean, chairperson of the Foreign Language Department, will now assist Sue Spillane, advisor to the Foreign Language National Honor Society, in presenting the tassels to their members. First, Spanish National Honor Society, Scott Strusky. The members of the French National Honor Society, Alana Dunham. And Ainsley Ryan. At this time, for our final academic awards, we'd like to present the Salutatorian and Valedictorian Awards. This year, we had 3 students whose performance was just tremendously outstanding. And when we looked at those 3 students' GPA, I actually did a little historical research because it was so close between 2 of them. Based on how close it was and based on the performance of these 3 students, we thought it was important to recognize all 3. So this year, we're going to have 2 valedictorians and 1 salutatorian. These, in looking at the past 10 years at Carver Middle High School, all 3 of these students would have been the valedictorian in any of the other 9 years because their performance was just so strong. So first, the salutatorian for the class of 2014 is Mary Ford. Valedictorian of the class of 2014 Ainsley Ryan. And also valedictorian for the class of 2014, Casey Aminetti. At this time, I would ask scholarship donors who intend to present their scholarships to please go backstage where you'll be handed an envelope to present the awards to the recipients. And as I said, we're going to be moving on to the scholarship portion, and we're just really tremendously pleased with the support of really the community of Carver. And when I look at the graduation events, I think this is just a strong statement. I'm always impressed by the number of people who come to present their own scholarships. So we have many of our scholarship donors here tonight. I know they're all heading backstage. It looks to be a little crowded back there. But if we could just have a good round of applause for these scholarship donors. The first group of scholarship recipients have been selected by the scholarship donor. Just making sure we're all set, we'll see. First, the Nick Azzolino Academic and Athletic Achievement Scholarship, presented by Angela Testa and Nathan Testa. And the recipients there are three: Samantha Gouvermont, John Rhoda, and Kyle Unilovich. The South Meadow Village Association Scholarship, presented by Marilyn Downing. There are two recipients, Ainsley Ryan and Mary Ford. The Pauline Catino Memorial Scholarship, presented by Deb Giswaldo. Two recipients, Sean Anderson and Brittany Gadles. Mrs. Giswaldo is also going to present the Carver Elementary Staff Scholarship, and there are two recipients, Brandy Finch and Tristan Marshall. The Candace Weiler Scholarship, presented by former elementary school principal Candy Weiler. And there are two recipients, James Parsons and Sean Hughes. The Norris Insurance Agency Scholarship, presented by Mr. Douglas Drew. And there are two recipients, and Mrs. Drew as well. There are two recipients, Courtney Durr and Joseph Poirier. The Jake Town Memorial Scholarship, presented by Alexandra Rosen and Shane Krellin. And the two recipients are Tristan Marshall and Jacob Spooner. The Carver Home Day Scholarship, presented by Elizabeth Hubert. There's one recipient, Alana Dunham. The Carver Music Boosters Scholarship, presented by Julie Hildebrandt. There are 4 recipients, Erin Banbury, Rachel Cojero, Ali Gumarez, and Casey Amenetti. The Carver Middle High School National Honor Society Scholarship, presented by Advisor to the National Honor Society, Mr. Jeff Mallon. There are several recipients of this award: Casey Amenetti, Ainsley Ryan, Ben Bonifant, Catherine Hildebrandt, Scott Strusky, and Corinne Sherwood. The Family Driving School Scholarship, presented by Mr. Antonio Perez. And the recipient is, and Mrs. Perez as well, the recipient is Tristan Marshall. The Daria Amaral Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and the recipient is Angela Garden. Mr. Evans will also be presenting the Carver Girls Softball Scholarship, and the recipient is Amy Ellis. Mr. Schultz will present the Carver Athletic Booster Scholarships. And again, there are several recipients: Tyler Johnson, Craig Lazon, John Rhoda, Brandon Rudolph, Jacob Spooner, and Kyle Yanulovich. The Mallon Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and the recipient is Sean Anderson. Mr. Evans will also be presenting our next 2 awards. First, the Burge Memorial Scholarship to Casey Amenetti. And the Gonzalez Memorial Scholarship goes to Ainsley Ryan. The Old Colony Sportsmen's Association of Pembroke Scholarship, presented by Sherry Sewall. And the recipient is Brittany McCarran. Mr. Evans will be presenting our next several scholarships. First, the Carver Sportsman Club Scholarship. Rachel Cajeno. There are 2 recipients of the Carver Community Access Television Scholarship: Summer Nickerson and Joshua Goodman. The Massachusetts AFL-CIO Arthur R. Osborne Scholarship, and the recipient is Scott Strusky. The Massachusetts Elks National Foundation Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans. And the recipient is Catherine Hildebrandt. The Brand UR Anti-Bullying Scholarship. There are 4 recipients: Craig Lazon, Brittany Gadles, Tristan Marshall, and James Parsons. The Century 21 Classic Gold Nancy Tucker Memorial Scholarship, presented by Kim Ouellette. The recipient is Olivia Murray. The Francis E. Levine Memorial Trust Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans. Recipient is Scott Strusky. The Carver Pop Warner Scholarship, also presented by Mr. Evans, and there are three recipients: Chris McGrath, Jake Spooner, and Jamie Scalata. The Midge Roby Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and there are, again, several recipients: Rachel Lazon, Amy Ellis, Mike Podowski, Michelle Barnes, and Casey Arminetti. The Carver High School Scholarship Committee has honored the request of the scholarship donor in seeking the recipient of the next scholarship awards. First, the St. John's the Baptist Scholarship, presented by Charles Fernandez and Louis Silva. And there are 2 recipients. Sorry, Louis Silva. There are 2 recipients, Holly King and Amy Sutherland. The American Legion Scholarship, presented by Domingo Thatcher. And the recipient is Sam Reed. The Rocky Gomes Scholar Athlete Scholarship, presented by Mike Grant. And the recipient is Craig Lazon. The Educational Association of Plymouth and Carver, scholarship presented by Ms. Perkins. The recipient is John Rhoda. The Doreen Merritt Memorial Scholarship, presented by Sonia Lomax. And the recipient is Samantha Guvmont. The Carver Police Union Scholarship, presented by Dennis Rizzuto. And the recipient is Jessica Rizzuto. Mr. Rizzuto will also be presenting the Carver Police Good Citizen Scholarship, and there are two recipients, Richard Butts and Alana Rubin. The Carver Lions Club presents scholarships in honor of several of them, in memory of several of their members. And the scholarships tonight are presented by Steve McCormick. There are four recipients: Victoria Berry, Grace Chisholm, Richard Butts, and Jessica Rizzuto. The Carver Firefighters Association Scholarship, presented by Captain Robert Tellis. The recipient is Sean Anderson. The Plymouth Carver High School class of 1964 is presenting a scholarship this year, presented by Android Travasos. And the recipient is Brandon Walsh. The Carver Class of 1992 Scholarship is presented to Gianna Dodorio. The Carver High School Class of 1993 Scholarship, presented to Summer Nickerson. The Carver High School Class of 1999 Scholarship goes to Rachel Cuthbert. The Carver High School Class of 2004 Scholarship is presented to Alana Dunham. The Carver Middle High School Class of 2009 Scholarship is presented to Amanda Cody. The Carver Middle High School PTO Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans. There are three recipients: Ainsley Ryan, Tyler Johnson, and Craig Lazon. The Carver Middle High School Staff Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and there are two recipients, Sam Reed and Ali Gumaras. The Elizabeth Cushman Memorial Trust Fund Scholarship. There are several recipients, all presented by Mr. Evans. Casey Aminetti, Catherine Hildebrandt, Jessica Ferguson, Ainsley Ryan, Ali Gumaras, Ben Bonifant, Michelle Barnes, Jessica Rizzuto, Corinne Sherwood, Josh Goodman, and Alana Rubin. The Honeydew Donut Scholarship, again presented by Mr. Evans, and the recipient is Brian Glenuski. The Gordon Barrows Memorial Scholarship. The recipient is Melissa Cabral. The Mutual Bank Scholarship goes to Jessica Ferguson. The Dimensions in Designs and Wellness Scholarship is presented to Corinne Sherwood. The Destination Imagination Odyssey of the Mind Scholarship. The recipient is Alana Rubin. The AD Makepeace Scholarship is presented to Nicole Camo. The Arthur W. Closett Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mary McGecker, is presented to Ben Bonifant. The Arthur F. Orenberger Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and the recipient is Angela Garden. The Box Tops for Education Scholarship, presented by Mr. Calderoni, and there are two recipients, Brandy Fitch and Chelsea Johnson. The Bradford Vivian Cole Memorials Trust Fund Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and there are two recipients, Mary Ford and Scott Strusky. The Carver Elementary School PTO Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and there are two recipients, Rachel Lazan and Kyle Yanulovich. And before we present our final scholarship of the evening, if we could have one more round of applause for all of our scholarship donors, that would be greatly appreciated. And so the final scholarship of the evening, Residents of Newfield House Scholarship, presented by Mr. Evans, and the recipient is Michelle Barnes. At this time, please welcome Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Elizabeth Sorrell, to address the class of 2014.
Thank you to the families and friends and teachers and school committee and everyone who contributes to the 13 years of education these children have experienced here in Carver. For 8 years, I've watched all of your children succeed, and this class is exceptional. Give them a hand. I do want to say one thing, that I think what you really excel in addition to your academic and sports and music and athletics and art and all the areas you excel, is I think you excel in building personal relationships with each other. And I do think that that will get you further in life than you can ever imagine. You're a great class, you're great friends, and you've worked together to get this far. Thank you, and I look forward to your graduation.
So I started the evening or I guess I'd like to end the evening the similar way in which I started it. It is with pride that I serve as the principal of Carver Middle High School. At this time, if we could please rise and recognize the class of 2014 as they exit the auditorium.